Who do I got with me today?
Jonathan Wayne Andress.
Andress?
Andress.
Andress.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time. And you have your reputation precedes you, the quality of work that you do. Tell me about Jonathan. Are you from Lakeland?
So my dad was born and raised in Lakeland. I started kindergarten in Winter Haven, but he did retail and he was really good at it. So they always moved him around a lot to all the bad stores and he'd fix them. And so I lived in Dade City, Sarasota, Venice, Zephyr Hills, Augusta, Georgia, Winter Haven, Lakeland. As a kid, we moved all over, but we
Wow.
always ended up back in Lakeland or the very close area. My parents live in Auburndale now. Um, so yeah,
So you're a local.
yeah,
You're a
yeah.
local.
I guess.
You're more local than I was.
Okay.
I've been here since 2003, but I'm originally from the Cincinnati area.
Okay.
My mom and dad job transferred while I was in the military.
Yeah.
And came down here and met my wife. She's from Plant City, in Ybor City. I met her in Ybor, and 30 years later, here we are, 2 kids later,
Yeah.
you know. So you're originally from here, this area,
Mm-hmm.
and how did you get into what is Jonathan Wayne Andress?
What is Jonathan Wayne Andress? I don't know. I am every day discovering more about myself and evolving and changing, and there's no cap or limit. But I guess at the moment, it's really my family, my wife, and my parents, and then it's hiking and video are the things that really like, or nature in general. Just love being in the woods. It's a reset. I like being out in front of people. I don't mind that, but it's an energy drain. And being alone in solitude and in the woods connected to nature is my fill up, time to re-energize and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I can appreciate that. I heard of this new grounding where you walk on the ground
Mhm.
barefoot and it re-energizes you. Literally, there's an electron that goes through you
I've
and it
heard of
grounds
it.
you. And I haven't done that in so many years. I
Yeah,
haven't been in the woods in the year. I can't remember last time I was in the woods. I'm ashamed.
yeah.
Probably back when I was in the army. Last time I've been in the woods.
Yeah.
But I do meditate.
Okay.
Meditation is my soul where I can get myself back to things.
I feel like it's a form of meditation
It
being in the
is.
woods, especially walking and moving, like not just lounging all day, but breaking camp and then going, okay, how many miles do we have to go? Where's the water sources? Where are we gonna sleep? What's the weather like? And then move. So I actually hiked are you familiar with the Appalachian Trail?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's over there in near 19. It goes up and
It starts in Georgia and it goes all the way to Maine. So it goes through 14 states and it's just shy of 2,200 miles. So I worked for Publix in 2012 and quit Publix after 6 years there to hike the Appalachian Trail. So I started in April 7th and finished October 8th. So 6 months and one
you
day.
walk
Walked the whole thing, all 2,190 something
what
miles.
motivated you to make that choice?
As a kid, in Scouts, we hiked the Appalachian Trail. My first hike was on the Appalachian Trail at Springer, and it always stuck with me. And we went back and did a few more. And there was a 50-mile hike that was failed, that the Scoutmasters wussed out on.
Wow.
The kids did. We wanted to keep going, but the Scoutmasters stopped. But I think that failed attempt actually put like a seed there that may have not been there if I had completed it. And I realized that I think I was 29 at the time, didn't have any kids, didn't have a house payment, didn't have a car payment. Uh, I had a cell phone, like that's an insurance. That's about it. So I was like, look, if I'm gonna go,
If there's going to be a time,
then
now's
this
the
is
time.
this is the window, right? So I did that, and then when I came back, it's like I bought a camera, right? Because I had been into cameras when I was young. I'd filmed and done stuff for local bands and churches, and I'd been into that, and it fell off for more than a decade. Um, all this pic, I took like 10,000 or 12,000 photos
On that
on
trail?
the trail. When I came back, I was like, man, I just like life needs to change. Something needs to happen. I'm not living what I want to be living. So it took came back in 2013. And then by 2017, I opened up my LLC and I was doing, I did a mover. I was a mover for several years. And then I did new construction, putting in windows, windows to video overnight. Like drop of a hat. I was making videos on the weekend. Regal Automotive saw a video that I had made, and Sal told Lena to call me. Called me while I was on the job. The next day I was in the interview. Next day I was full-time video. It's
Wow.
weird because you're like, how is this going to work? I don't know if this is going to work. Like, you're scared, like, am I ever going to be able to make it work? And then one phone call changes that. And then it's almost the same thing in the next stage, of being a solopreneur. Now it's a company. Now it's a real deal, like more than just me making videos.
Yeah. It seems like just like in life, if you're pursuing, you're not being stale, sitting there doing nothing. You know you want ambition. You know you're something out there. And if you start to pursue it, the opportunity gets dropped. It's when you sit there and you do nothing, say, well, no one's knocked on my door yet. When in the heck are they gonna come here and
And they're
ask
gonna
me?
knock, yeah.
Yeah, if you're not out there getting it, if you're not at least trying, it's never gonna come.
Mhm.
So that's awesome. So while you were on the trail,
Mm-hmm.
did you catch the photography bug?
I mean, I had it. So when I was 15, I went to see my grandfather for the only time that I ever met him. And my aunt brought a camcorder. It was in Bellingham, Washington. And the moment I saw it, I was like, I will handle that for the entire trip. I still have that footage, but before I left, I was like, I had a little bit of money. And I was like, maybe I can get a camera before I leave. My grandfather told me to put my money away, and he bought me a camera. I still have it. Bought me a tripod. He bought me a bag. He bought me high 8 tapes to go with it, batteries, like the whole shebang.
Wow.
And that launched the editing. I edited with VCRs, one VCR here and play, stop, record, okay, pause, like just so like took forever to do anything. And then by I think 17 or 18, it started falling off. Kind of got in cars, got a job, life, just kind of takes over. And then I moved to Savannah for a little while. And then it wasn't until 2012 that that photo camera kind of reignited that, and I knew I wanted to do something, but I wasn't sure what it was yet. And it took what? So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It still took 4 years to me dial it in and say, video is it. Like, that's the thing. So,
Your grandfather, very bright. He knew what he was doing.
yeah.
When he said, I want to help my grandson, he knew what he was doing and
Yeah.
passed that on. That's awesome. So now here in Lakeland,
Yeah.
you got it developed into a full-blown company,
Mm-hmm.
as I understand. And you want to share any about that?
So we are Studio 61. I personally used to be just Zayo Multimedia, and then there were 2 other production companies that also closed their doors. And now it's me and Trey and Sean and Marcos, and we're all together in it, and we're all business partners together. So
That's pretty big.
not employed, yeah, we're partners. So, and of course, we're going to set an example of Marcos and his restaurant as well of what I have plenty of work already, but the food it's top notch stuff. The restaurant's top notch. The bar is like it's easy stuff to film and be inspired with also. So
Yeah, I have his poutine cabano. It is on his appetizer. I have it at least once a week,
yeah,
sometimes twice a week, and it is one of the finest meals I've ever had. Always delicious.
I don't think I've had that. So
Oh
I've
my
had quite a
God.
few of them. So
It's rib, potato, onion. I want to eat it now. So when you said there's 4 of you, are the other guys, are they photographer, video, or what are they into?
So they also have done video. Sean has a long history in recording major albums. George, are you familiar with George Thorogood?
Of course.
So
Yeah.
he recorded multiple albums for George Thorogood and toured with him for I don't know how many years. He recorded like AC/DC and
That's my group right there.
I don't know all the details, but when he starts going down his stories and he has the albums in the office. So I don't know how we lucked out to end up with this guy, but his background is in audio. but he has the drive and he has the motivation and whatnot. So he can help on the side that I'm not very strong in audio. And then he is such a fast learner when
What's
it
his
comes to
name?
video. His name's Sean. Yeah.
And I'd like to meet this guy.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with those guys. I grew up listening to Thorogood, AC/DC,
Yeah.
all those Squire.
Yeah, they just had a Thorogood was just down here. So
Is he local? So
what's that? Thorogood?
no,
Sean?
Sean.
Yep. Sure is. So and his wife works as the dessert chef in 1961. So that's how that connection was made.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I got to get in on this. How does little tiny birds get in on this?
Yeah.
This thing's growing.
So
That's good to hear.
yeah.
And then the other person?
So is Trey Chapman. And Trey Chapman, he sold cars for a long time. He was a top salesman in that area, and he decided that he wanted to change his life and do something different, that he wasn't happy where he was, and he started doing video. Like he quit and just winged it. Like, I mean, props to him for just head first into it. Yes. And he was making videos, and we were all talking or had done some work for.
Okay.
And I was right on the cusp of really, like, I'd been making content for a long time here and there. Some hits had, gone off, and something just kicked into gear, and I really started diving in, and that put me in a situation where I had a conversation with Marcos. It was a Santa Shreds video where I actually had told him, hey, do you want to be a part of this? And I sent him an email. And then afterwards, I was like, hey, I never heard back from you. So I saw it. So I think that put me back on his radar because I'd met him a few times. And he called me one day and he's like, hey, do you want to come have lunch? Right. And I thought, I kind of knew of Sean. Right? And I thought he wanted to maybe get us to do something together, but I was really like,
anytime you get that call,
I don't know. Sometimes when you put two guys together to do video, it doesn't go well, right? Because they both think that and I didn't know Sean at this point. So I had no idea what he was going to be like or, but if you take two people and put them together,
you never know. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, I don't know. But Sean Marcos is like, I know this great, he said, lunch is on me. I know this great Latin restaurant. So I was like, okay, you got me. He threw a joke in there. I showed up, and now Trey's there also. And I was like, what is going on? And Marcos walks over to the table, and he says, okay, have a good meal. And he walks off. I was like, what is happening right now? And we started talking, and then the more we talked, I was like, okay, well, maybe, everybody is like, we're jamming, we're feeling all right. I'm still very leery of it. I needed a change at the time. There were things that you end up with bottlenecks in a business, especially as a solopreneur. I can't spell. I'm terrible at scheduling things, returning emails. I don't know email etiquette whatsoever. They send you an email like, do I say thanks back, or is that too much, or am I supposed to reply to this, or am I supposed to copy everybody else in below? And I just rather not think about a lot of that stuff. And Trey is a monster when it comes to that stuff. He is just so on top of everything, and he has the marketing background for CRMs and for websites and all the stuff I don't know how to do. I just know media.
And he knew that. Marco knew that.
He did. He did know that.
He knew
that background, and he put us together. And I just thought, oh, he's a video guy. Well, that wasn't really. He just did that as an outlet because he wanted to do something different. But his strengths were in something different. Now he's got an eye for sure. And then Sean also, same kind of scenario. And it just has turned out to be almost the perfect triangle with Marcos, sometimes in, sometimes out. It depends on what we need because he has so many employees that when we start hiring employees, he has that expertise. So, and then of course making content for him and blowing this bar up that's up top now. So it's just
Bar Vasco.
It is.
It's beautiful up there.
It really is.
The view.
It really is.
I absolutely love it. He gave me a personal.
Did he?
He gave me a personal tour.
Awesome.
Yeah, Chef Marco. I was like, we were just sat another. He goes, hey, you want to I'm like, heck yeah, are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
let's go.
He took me up there and looked around. It's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. What a good
Have
guy.
you been up there to try anything so far?
No, I haven't.
No?
It was just the private tour.
Tour, yeah.
But I've eaten his poutine.
Yeah.
I'll help keep him in business because it's that good.
There's a lot of apps. So we just the other day we filmed all of the food and all of the drinks upstairs. It took all day to do, but they just made one thing after another and bring it out. We had a whole setup. Let's see.
And is it coming out soon? Is it going to be?
There'll be some pieces that will start to come out, so you can kind of see the setup here.
Oh wow!
It's a little electronic jib, and it moves the same movement every time. So then we have all the lighting, and we bring in.
So you didn't move the tripod; you moved the food.
The food was even stay still. It's a motorized crane basically, and it just moves the same movement every single time.
I see the weight balance there.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Is this Droid? Is this operate on Droid? Because I seen you operating in it.
Yes. So this is actually it's filmed on the glasses here. So then I can wear the glasses, and when I open them, they turn on, and then let's see if they'll. When I take a picture, the little light.
Wow. Yeah.
So then I can record video also. So I can take phone calls on them. I can listen to music on them. I can ask like, hey Alexa, hey Meta, what am I looking at? And then take a photo and analyze it. Ray-Ban and Meta.
Here, let me show you this.
Really?
I don't have your fancy stuff.
Yeah.
But mine's Ray-Ban, and they got the speakers in them.
Okay.
And I listen to the music.
Yeah.
And the next step is the camera, because I can hear, take my phone calls and everything in there as well.
When did those come out?
I've had those for like 2 years.
Okay, so that's probably the predecessor now. They've
managed to upgrade.
Put them in a small. They don't even look that much different than.
Dude, that is cool. Dude.
And they're prescription too, so I can use them all the time.
Maybe it's time for me to upgrade.
Yeah. Before we sat down, I recorded the camera, and then when I sat down with you, I had them on and did a little clip.
You're famous for riding around on your Uniwheel.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
It's called a one wheel.
A one wheel.
Yeah.
Skateboard of some sort.
Yeah.
And how does that work? Is it because you're fast at doing it? Is it because it's a good view? Is it a strategy? Or is it just because you're a skateboarder?
So, no. I never did. I tried skateboarding when I was young a little bit, and I wasn't into falling and breaking stuff. Yeah, I got a brother. That wasn't my go-to. But no, I was filming a neighborhood, and I needed hands free. I was riding the bicycle, and I couldn't film I could only go so long, and then I couldn't. So I needed my hands free. So then I bought a Segway. Segways, but it was so slow that then I graduated to a one-wheel pint, which is a smaller version of the one that I have now, which I ripped my MCL on the inside of my leg really bad.
You ended up getting hurt anyway.
Hurt bad. Yeah, it put me down for several months. So I was fortunate I did not get surgery, and it still healed up okay. And then I upgraded to the bigger, more powerful one wheel. So, but it's
we've all seen.
Yeah, it's a filming thing. That's why I got it, for the filming thing. And then I thought I tried some things on camera, and I was like, you need a hook. Right? You need something in the very beginning that captures people's attention. Let's say I was on the one wheel, but I did it in my neighborhood. Most people wouldn't recognize it, right? But they would probably like, oh, that's cool. What is that thing that he's on? It raises curiosity. But now when I do it downtown, people are like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's Lakeland, right? So I've immediately hook, and I've made it relevant to the people of Lakeland, which is what I was trying to do. And I don't talk about my business that much. I very rarely mention it. If you go to my page, you'll see what it is in the top, and you'll see a video that you can watch that will explain a lot. But the stuff that I make really isn't. They're not commercials. They're not commercials. It's entertainment and investment in the community.
Now that's a strategy, because I got the same strategy.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to make money. I'm enjoying people, entrepreneurs, Lakeland people. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah,
not everything's about money.
No, it sure isn't. So
So in the future, you guys gonna any big projects or anything, or just looking for restaurants, commercial, anybody who's interested in getting their quality upgraded?
Yeah, we're looking for businesses who are ready to scale, businesses who want to really drive more customers and want to build their brand and want to build a deeper relationship with their customers, a longer lasting relationship with their customers. Not just, I mean, if you want to do one-off sales, we can do that. We can make ads and we can team you up and you can get sales right away. But hopefully, we're running into businesses as well that want to build that long-term relationship with the people in their surrounding areas, or if they're national works also.
Oh, sure.
So
This is with this internet, man. It's worldwide. Your customers can be anywhere.
anywhere,
That's
absolutely
the one thing
anywhere.
I love about the internet. It's anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, that is fantastic. And I've seen your work. I know you're an upgrade. I wish, man, to be the talent that you have and the style.
I appreciate it.
I'm just a
Thank
little
you.
amateur now. Well, I appreciate your time. Tell the guys I said hi, and I'd like to meet a couple of them.
Yeah, sure. I'll introduce you. You can come down to. You want to come over to Catapult, and I'll introduce you to both of them.
Sure. What's your website address?
It is Studio 61 Productions, which is studio and then 61 the productions.
Okay. You guys are on Facebook and
Yeah, we're
Instagram
on
and all that.
Facebook and Instagram. I think that's it at the moment. So we'll be launching on.
I appreciate your time,
Yeah,
Jonathan.
man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kovacs, for letting me use this room.
Yeah, there you go. So